Morning guys, and welcome to the day. It is just after 7:30 and I'm up and I'm showered. Christina just took the kids off to school and daycare, and why am I up and ready so early, you might ask? Because, just as I mentioned last night, just before 8 a.m. there's a lady that's coming to our door. It's going to do all sorts of wellness stuff, testing vitals and testing our weight and drawing blood. If you've been watching the vlog for a year now, about a year ago we had this exact same thing done, and something happened during my blood draw where basically I ended up with a gigantic bruise. And after talking to my dad, who's been a nurse for like 25 years, that means that the vein burst, or that basically something was done wrong and I ended up bleeding internally, which means that I had a bruise that was enormous for about a month. So I'm a little bit leery about today because it's the exact same person that's coming today. Let's just hope that it doesn't turn out the same way. But anyway, I'm up and I'm ready, and assuming I can make myself stay awake and not like go lay down and pass out on the couch because of the blood draw. After Christina leaves this morning and goes on to work, she's coming back here in just a few minutes. After she goes to work, I might try to go ahead and work on some more video stuff or work on day job stuff so that I can work on video stuff later. One way or the other, I've got to be productive because, as I keep mentioning, so much stuff to do. Ugh. And it is over and done with. You may be able to see, had blood drawn from the other arm this year. I mentioned to the lady that she'd blown my vein last year or something because I had a gigantic bruise that lasted for about a month, and she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and came up with some different ways to try to keep it from bruising, because it's not the point to bruise you. The point is to take your blood and to make sure that you have as little impact as possible as a result. So you might be able to hear that Christina's leaving right now. I'm gonna make myself some breakfast because now we can finally eat. We had to fast since last night, so it doesn't affect the blood and the blood sugar and everything like that. So yeah, gonna go ahead and grab some food. Good times. You know, I've gotten the comment several times at this point, why do I normally film these vlogs in 1080p 60? There's a lot of people out there that really prefer 1080p 30 or 720p 30 because their internet connection doesn't work well with 60 frames a second, or they just don't like the look of it. The reason I do that is because I do the main channel videos in 1080p 60 because I like the look of that, and because when I'm occasionally filming the one-off clip, like I finished up this video just now, the VK World V3, you'll see it soon if you watch my main channel, but I just finished this video up by doing a small update to it using the LX100. I filmed about 30 or 40 seconds, not a big deal, and then realized I filmed it all at 1080p 30, and the rest of the project is 1080p 60. So I had to film it again. Luckily, again, it was only like 40 seconds of footage, so it's not like I lost a huge amount of stuff, but that is why I usually just leave all of the cameras that I get in 1080p 60 mode as long as it supports it, because I would really rather not have to munge two clips together that are different frame rates, and I don't want to go 100% 1080p 30. If I'm going back to 30 or 24 frames a second, I'm going to 4K, and I'm not quite ready to do that yet, because nobody else really is. Let's go to 4K so that 12 people in the world can enjoy it. Anyway, back to work. Oh, and taking a quick look at Captain Sparkle's latest video, he shaved his beard. But as he was very quick to point out, he's going to be growing it back. Not even a big deal, nothing worth mentioning here, but the reason I sort of mentioned that, November's coming up in a few days. And if you guys, you've been watching the vlogs, if you have been watching them, you may have noticed there have been a lot of times lately where I have just kind of let myself go. And I'm super, super tempted. If you have not been watching the vlogs for long, actually, no. If you haven't been watching my channel at all for long, a couple of years ago, I had a beard. And I had a beard for like 3 or 4 years. From like the very earliest days of making videos, 2010 or so, I had a full beard. And it was great. And what I'm super tempted to do, because November is coming, is to do No Shave November. Now that's not to say I wouldn't shave anything at all. I would still do my neck because I think that looks really gross. And maybe even like trim up around this, but I would let the rest of it grow in for a solid month. And then possibly after that, either go back to having just a short trimmed beard, or maybe even just a goatee. It's just something that I haven't done in a while, or maybe just go back to clean shaven after the month. But there's a lot of really good charity work going on around No Shave November and Movember. It might be good to participate in it. So I guess let me know what you guys think, but it's something I'm considering, because it'd be really nice not to have to shave for a month. Well, that's just a load of awesome. I took a little bit of time and actually unboxed the last quadcopter I hadn't done yet. So that's it right here, the Lida RC L15 something. Left all my cameras and everything on. So working on that video. But then I also went outside and flew these two guys around on camera. This one, the first one, the H8C, one of the motors, and I think it's this one, is bad. has a problem. So when you're flying it around, it keeps wanting to go in that direction or favor that direction, meaning that this motor's not working right, which meant I kind of had to cut that video short. And then I was flying this one, and this video got cut short because, as you can see, I lost a prop. Honestly, between the two, this little orange one, the GP Toys, amazing little mini quadcopter, micro, whatever we want to call it. And it's like 40 bucks over on Gearbus. So once that video goes up, definitely go check out the link and everything. Don't do it for the camera. Do it because it flies so fast. It has such great yaw rate and everything, and it's waterproof. So you could fly it in the snow, you could fly it in the rain. And it has interchangeable batteries and comes with 2. So I mean, it's a great deal all around. I have a feeling once I finally go out and fly this little one outdoors, if I can get it in focus, this is gonna be a lot of fun, but it's gonna be even more fun once I take the camera and the legs and everything off, because as I've said before, I just don't really like the cameras on these little ones. They're just not good usually. But yeah, I had a whole lot of not great experience out there flying just now, so hopefully I got some good footage. The GoPro footage, I'm hoping that I got everything I needed on it. Alright, so let's go. And it looks like at least it started correctly. The problem is I also put it in linear mode, so hopefully I've got it wide enough that I can actually see. Not quite the same flyer as the A2. Yeah, it looks good. Good footage. Good stuff. Okay. Hopefully the other one is as good. Well, Duncan just came in off the bus, and he decided immediately that it was time to learn how to play The Legend of Zelda. So I've gone ahead and taken it out of my 3DS, put it in his 2DS, and he's learning. He's getting some items. What'd you get? A 20 rupee red rupee? Nice. So yeah, he's just getting items little by little. He's learning how the game works, how the torch works and everything, and good stuff. And hooray, everybody's home, and Mommy's taking a picture of Ellis and Duncan.
Ellis.
Because Ellis is in a new chair.
Ellis. Hi.
Yeah, as I was mentioning, apparently somebody went and bought another chair.
From a friend.
A friend who played bunco with had a chair, and now it's Ellis's chair. Woo! Oh, it's Eddie Bauer. Ooh, swanky. It was 25 bucks.
$25.
Well, we finished with our dinner, and it's sunset already. It's absolutely beautiful. So I thought I would come out here and maybe do a little quick time lapse. Tempted to get the drone out. It's been so long since I've done that, but anyway, this is the little time lapse setup that I'm using. Blurry, much better. This is what I normally use. It's the Asus Zenfone Zoom on the GorillaPod. Definitely gets the job done. I thought we were actually going to be going out somewhere this evening. Christina keeps mentioning that we need to go to the store for this and that and the other. We need to go back to Lexington to go to Aldi because it's so cheap to get things there, and they've got pretty decent brands. Apparently we're not, though, because we took so long to have dinner that it's already closing shortly. And I think Christina's parents are actually going to be here in, I don't know, a couple of hours. They live a few hours away, so it always takes them a while to get here. So we're just going to be hanging out here for the rest of the evening, I guess. Christina may run out to the store, but hopefully you guys enjoy the sunset. And never mind, because I haven't flown the Phantom 3 in so long, both of my batteries are currently dead. Hopefully they'll both still hold a charge, but I'll have to charge them up and maybe try to fly sometime over the weekend. I will just go ahead and say this would all be remedied if they would actually go ahead and ship the Mavic Pro. It was supposed to be sometime at the end of October, and now it's looking like sometime mid-November to possibly as early as December, or as late as early December, whatever. Amazon ship date is saying December 1st. B&H still says late October, and it's the end of October. I want that Mavic Pro. And actually, I'm this close to pre-ordering the Karma, but we can't pre-order it. I guess I need to look at GoPro's site and see if they have pre-orders up. Because now that I have the GoPro Hero 5, I can pre-order the Karma with the GoPro 5 harness and not actually have to buy another camera, which is kind of nice. Well, that stinks. Speaking of bad luck, we were just talking about the Mavic Pro, and apparently DJI is actually having issues with supply chains. So I just I pulled the Nexus 5X back out and ran updates on it, and this was one of the stories that came suggested in Google Now. Crappy. Oh, he's so pitiful. He's so tired. He's been sitting down here playing on the floor, and he just keeps like leaning over on the couch, and he's so sleepy. And I may have just made a slight mistake, not a big one, but still. I backed a project on Indiegogo to get an electric skateboard for a very long time. I'm talking for like 6 months now or more. I've been looking at electric skateboards, and obviously I don't want to pay $1,500 or more for a boosted board or boosted 2. That would be the ideal way to go, but I don't want a board that's that big, that's that heavy. It'd be great to have one that charges that fast though, but still, don't want one that's that large. So I started looking at the smaller ones. There was like the Acton Blink boards. I know some of you guys have been mentioning those. There's like the Leaf boards, and there's a bunch of other ones that have shown up on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Well, Acton, who has actually established themselves as one of the leading electric skateboard manufacturers, just came out with a new Indiegogo campaign, I guess a little while back. Again, showed up in Google now because I was looking at the Nexus 5X. And they have early bird ones available. The Blink S, which is like 7-mile range up to, I think, 10 miles an hour. It's not super fast. It'll go up and incline pretty well. It's small. It's like 27.5 inches, which is about the size of my nickel board. But it was $349 plus $20 shipping. So $369 shipped. Where, like I said, I was looking at the Blink board and the Blink Light before, and those were kind of sketchy in terms of the weight that they would support. And I think the distance and everything was about the same. This new one is supposed to be better materials, and it's using hub motors instead of belt-driven motors, so much better. Sorry, there's no washer going, but still, I'm better lighting in here. Maybe we'll go to the office. But yeah, I figure $369 for that. It's you know, it's not a small amount of money, but it's a whole lot less than the higher end ones that they had. They had the Blink S2 that was $549 on an early bird, which slightly better range, better speed, 2 motors instead of 1. And then the Quattro, or Quad, I think it's Quattro, but it was like $1,100, and it had 4 hub motors, and it's much, much bigger, and it's heavier, and I just wanted something small and light that when I want to go around on a skateboard and I don't want to push, like if I want to go up the hill to get to the park or something and I don't want to drive, hop on the little skateboard and just ride. And I know a lot of you guys are against the idea of me skateboarding. I'm going to be doing a little bit of it, but I'm not going to be doing any sort of ramps, anything dangerous, just cruising around occasionally here and there. Maybe even go through airports with it, I don't know. I don't go through a lot of airports anymore, but still, I thought it was a really cool campaign. It's going to make a fun video, or several fun videos. Might be the basis for some new videos on the main channel. Once it's going to be shipping in December, hopefully. Like I said, they are an established company. They've been making these for a while, so it shouldn't be a big deal for them to ship them out. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, he completely gave up. I gave him his bottle for the night, and she stole him away to cuddle with him. And he passed out. He's not even going to get to see his grandma and papa. They're going to be here in just a minute. Duncan's still up, playing Minecraft.
I got the first hug, Grandma.
And we get visitors.
What you doing?
And oh look, it's already 10:40 p.m. The World Series game is still going on, but yeah, they're watching it. I'm not. I've been catching up on some YouTube videos and spending more money. I didn't really talk to her about it or anything, but I bought a camera. Because that's what I do.
That's what he does.
That's what I do.
He buys cameras.
Canon is having a big sale on their refurbished cameras. It's a certain amount off, and then there's a 15% off coupon on top of it. And I've been looking at this one. It's like a couple of years old at this point, but I've been looking at it for a long time now. It's one of their PowerShot N cameras, their concept cameras. And it was less than $200, and I figure it's a 1080p camera. It's got a flip-up screen, good quality audio, and good low light. Once I get the next camera beyond that one, maybe you could have your own vlogging camera.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Although I do like the Vixia. That was my favorite one.
Well, this uses the same batteries as a Vixia, and it has about the same video quality, but it's zoomed in a little bit more. It's not a fisheye, and it's better in low light.
Yeah, but it's probably more complicated to work. That was the best part about the Vixia.
This one, you flip up the screen, you tap a button right there. So either way, we'll let you try it out, and we'll just see what you think.
Okay.
See what you guys think of it as well, because we'll obviously be using it on this channel. So it'll probably be here inside of a week, but that's where we're going to wrap things up for today. So thank you guys as always for watching. See you again tomorrow for Duncan's first basketball game.